Not a Saturday morning treat here. We're cooking in the KTVB kitchen with Chef Lou.
Not a Saturday morning treat. This is
Not
a Christmas.
This is a Christmas treat.
Morning
See, we got the tree. All right, what are we cooking
I
up?
like that tree. I stole that from your set over there.
Oh, I love it.
I had to bring something.
Looks like something the Grinch with him.
It is. It says the Grinch. It is a Grinch tree.
Yeah, it is a Grinch tree.
Like milk
Cute.
crumpet.
I could not reproduce that. Okay, so this is one of my favorite all-time recipes.
All right.
Because I learned this a long time ago, probably before you were born. 1979, I learned this.
Oh, before I was born,
Okay,
for sure.
I had a chef in Atlanta, Georgia, that taught me how to do this, and you're doing good here, Jim. So we're making sausage gravy.
Not on fire yet.
Okay, what? You're not on fire yet? So you can make gravy any way you want, but you can put sausage in it. You can put turkey sausage. This is just pork sausage. So
Leftover ham after Christmas.
sure, chipped beef.
There you go.
Have you ever had chipped beef? Remember the SOS?
No. Throw that in.
He really is
with a
young, isn't
shingle.
he?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you almost got the FCC against you. Okay, so basically you start out with sausage or the meat you're going to use, and the pork sausage has grease in it, obviously. So that's what you're cooking this in. And this is a half a pound of pork sausage, which you can just buy in the store, okay? And you're burning it, and you smell it almost smelling
it's starting
burnt,
to
right?
caramelize a little bit.
Yeah, so then I added 2 cups of onions, diced onions. And you want to almost burn the onions. That's the key to this.
I'm doing a good job with that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Did Jim's get
they're
a burning
almost
things?
smelling burnt. You do. You want them almost black burnt because that's what's going to add that flavor to that gravy. Okay, so then we've got that good. So now we're going to add a little bit, 1/4 cup of butter. Stir that in, Jim. Now I've got biscuits over here too.
Biscuits
now
are ready.
the recipe I sent you for the biscuits. Biscuits are real simple to make.
Yeah.
The key is not overworking them. It's basically 3 ingredients. You can buy self-rising flour, or if you just use regular flour, you need baking powder and baking soda and salt. And it's basically chilled shortening or butter, flour, and buttermilk.
And
That's
if
it.
it's not into
That's
that,
it?
you got the pound open tube.
Jim, come on.
Jim, you're
Come
killing
on.
us.
Oh my
It's the easy way on
goodness.
Christmas morning.
Okay. So the key with biscuits, though, you get to those 3 ingredients like buttermilk, the self-rising flour, and buttermilk. You mix it together. You can use a pastry cutter to cut the shortening or butter in, and then you just add the buttermilk and just lightly toss it till it's just combined, and then you put them in 450 for about 12 minutes, and you got biscuits. So that's the recipe for biscuits.
All right.
So in other words, we're not making those today.
All right, those are made.
Okay, so now we're on the gravy, so it's getting nice and burnt. All right. So now what we do is we're going to make a little roux out of that grease. So I've got 1 cup of flour, so stir that in. Sausage gravy goes deep in our family traits because my daughter, we made this all the time when my kids were growing up. So my daughter was a jet setter and took off to New York City to go to college, and she was homesick. So one day I'm in the kitchen making gravy, but I didn't tell her that, and she's on the phone talking to her, and she goes, "What are you doing, Dad?" And I said, "I'm making sausage gravy." And then there was just silence, and she just started crying. I want sausage gravy.
It's comfort food.
I know. Okay, so there's your roux. Okay. So you like my milk pill over
I
here?
do.
You said.
Wow, that's quite a.
Would
quite
you
a
like me to
bucket
get you
there.
one for Christmas?
It could also be a nice hat. after, you know, or now.
Half a gallon of whole milk. Okay, a lot of
Whoa.
people use heavy
lot of milk.
cream. I mean, I've seen a lot of chefs use real heavy cream. You don't really need heavy cream because you've got the grease and the richness already there. So just use whole milk. Don't use 1% or 2%. Just use whole milk. Okay, so everything got quiet. Okay, so now you switch to a whip. There you go. Now just stir that in, and what's going to happen is it raises up the heat. It's going to get thick. Okay, so we just got to add our ingredients. So we have a teaspoon of salt, and you can do this. You can do this to taste. I like a lot of black pepper. I just pepper with gravy just goes great. So I've got a couple tablespoons of black pepper, and then the secret that the chef showed me was poultry seasoning.
Poultry
Really?
seasoning.
Poultry
really?
seasoning. Okay, you put poultry
there it
seasoning.
goes.
Get the
You can use 1 and a,
sage and the.
Yeah.
What else is in there?
I don't know.
Oregano, whatever.
Sage,
Parsley.
marjoram. Why did he ask
That
me
kind
that
of
question?
stuff.
Why did you ask me
I
that
don't know.
question? Okay. And poultry seasoning.
Poultry
okay?
seasoning.
I haven't looked on the bottle what's in that. Sage, parsley,
It smells
thyme.
good.
Okay, so you
Smells
mix
good.
that in, and it's going to start getting thick. Okay, so I've already made one here. So here's my question to you guys.
Okay.
What's the difference between a sauce and a gravy?
I don't know.
Because this is gravy.
Gravy to me seems thicker, and you use it with bread. That's what I do.
No.
Gravy is made with drippings.
Oh.
Okay, so we
okay.
got the grease drippings.
Yeah.
So it's a gravy if you're using the pan drippings. Okay, a sauce is made with a stock or a broth.
Okay.
So you know, you
Okay.
boil the bones off. You make
Now
it-
we know.
Now
you
I
know. So
So some holiday trivia.
that's your education. Yes.
There it is. Now we
Okay,
know.
so I have some gravy. So this is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, it's
Now, if it's too
gorgeous.
thick for you, I like thick gravy. But if it's too thick, you can add some more. You can add milk or water. You're doing a great job there. Okay, so I've got my
Smelling good.
biscuits there. This is a stick to your rib. Look at that, isn't
Oh,
that just
wow.
absolutely
Picture perfect.
Isn't it? I didn't bring my chopped parsley or all that other stuff, but
Don't
if you
need it.
wanted, you could mince up some
Amazing.
fresh sage.
As long as there's a fork.
Okay, there's a fork. Okay, boys.
There we
Go
go.
for it, Joe.
There we go. Let's
ahead.
take a bite, boys.
Go ahead.
Oh man, this is why we do this.
It's a great Christmas breakfast. Make it a tradition.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that delicious?
Chef Lou, you've done it again.
Well, thank that
You've
chef
done
in
it
Georgia
again.
40 years
Taste of
ago.
my childhood.
Yeah, isn't that great?
All
Good
right.
stuff. All right.
Perfect for a nice cold,
Merry
snowy
Christmas.
morning. Yeah, a Christmas
yes, it is.
morning.
It's really good.
Oh, well, Chef Lou, thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome.
We love the biscuits and gravy. We can't wait to see you again soon.
Okay.
Jim, great mixing over there. You
It's
really
working out.
You got
Really?
a job.
Take this home.
Well, we're going to eat some biscuits and gravy. They're going to run some commercials, and we'll be right back after that.